it's morning, noon, or night, you've tuned in to the podcast that you need in your life. I am your host, Mo, and welcome to the Mean Girls 1821 Experience. But you know it as a podcast where we mean what we say and say what we mean, and we do it all within 35 minutes-ish. Y'all, this is the last episode of 2022. We made it. Another year has gone by and God has blessed us, and I say it every week, but this one should hit a little different. Honor yourself, because life has been lifing in 2022. I can't get no help. I keep forgetting I'm by myself. But in your cars, in your homes, wherever you're watching this, life has been lifing and adulting continues to be ghetto. And so the fact that you have made it to the last Friday of 2022, you deserve to honor yourself and the one who's enabled you to be here. Because guess what? This is not everyone's testimony. Nevertheless, the premise of this podcast is truth. So each and every Friday via my YouTube channel and or using your podcast app, I'm going to encourage you to do three things. Number one, show up fully, because those that mind don't matter and those that matter don't mind. To walk with integrity, and last but not least, to reflect. Because beloved, sometimes it is you. And when I say you, I mean me too. Now, showing up fully can be tricky. It be tripping us up sometimes. No worries. I have a course specifically for women called the Mean Girl Gang, which is a 6-week comprehensive academic course to empower women to change their world by changing their words, because the world you seek starts with the words you speak. And sometimes we need a little bit more than just prayer and isolation. Sometimes we need structure. So if you are interested in starting the new year with some structure, enroll in the Mean Girl Gang today. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode. 2023 around the corner, a new year presents a fresh start for many. Now, let me preface this by saying that I am in no way, shape, or form trying to diminish anyone's hope. In fact, the Bible tells us that hope deferred makes the heart sick. And child, I'm not trying to make your heart sick, okay? I'm here for you. We here. But what I am trying to do is ensure that when you go into 2023, you don't, number one, break your own heart because of unrealistic expectations. And so as we go into 2023, please consider one of two things. This concept of new, right? Okay? This concept of new. New. What does that look like for you? A lot of people assume in the new year that new means things around me will change. That's not always the case for one of two reasons. Number one, you're not called to it. Number two, you didn't work for it. Let's talk about calling first, okay? Some of us want our environment to change because we're not content with where and to what God has called us to. We're too busy monitoring everybody else's lane, something we specifically talk about in the Mean Girl Gang e-course, the Mean Girl track, that we overlook the blessing that is in the lane that God has called us to. Newsflash, y'all. God is not only blessing people in public. You are not missing out on the blessings of God if you don't become a celebrity, if you don't become a millionaire. We literally believe that blessings come in these packages that are external, forgetting that there are people with what seems to be with everything in the world. They have access to all money, fame, fortune, but their heart and mind is not at peace. And so my prayer in 2023 for you is that you will accept where God has called you to, and that the new that you're looking for starts within you. Don't expect anything outside of you, because that may not be what you're called to, a new environment, but it may be God calling you to a new mindset. And then let's talk about working, right? A lot of us expect new to come to us when in fact new is waiting for us. Let me just tell you right now, new is chasing nobody. The bag is chasing no one. Opportunity is chasing no one. No one is being chased by a new perspective and new life. It's something you got to pursue yourself. So if you truly believe God is calling you to do something beyond your comfort zone to stretch, can I submit to you that new is waiting for you at the finish line of where you are? Those finish lines obviously look different, right? But new is not pursuing you. You have to pursue new. And what does that look like? That might mean switching up friend groups. That might mean entertaining different conversations. That might mean, something that's tricky, spending quiet time with God. Because it gets wild. Because we like to talk. I'm talking to me when I say we. We like to talk, and we know. Just hush. Hush sometimes. Because at the end of the day, you don't know everything. But I know a man who does. Right? And so taking the opportunity to sit in the face of God and allow him to guide every single step so that the new that is waiting for you will be something that you can readily receive. God is not going to bless you with something you cannot handle. We all want to be millionaires. Can you handle being a thousandaire? Many of us cannot, right? Many of us want relationship. How do you handle your singleness? How do you handle your friendships? Right? So a lot of us want these things, this new, but we're so busy expecting that newness to come find us, not realizing we're not even equipped to accept the new. Or we're not putting in the work so that we can recognize when new is sitting right in front of our face or when new is at the finish line. And so again, before we go into 2023, please know that if God is not changing your environment, he's calling you to change your mindset. But if God is preparing to change your environment, please know that that environment, that new, is not chasing you. You have to be fervent, vigilant about chasing it. I love you. Mean it. Happy New Year. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mean Girls 1821 podcast with me, your host, Mo. Tune in each and every Friday for a fresh episode exclusively found on my YouTube channel or using the podcast app. And always remember, words have power. So whenever you speak, mean what you say and say what you mean. Take care.